How's it going, everyone? Hope you're all having a great day so far. RipNtear with some exciting news about the Ancient Gods Part 2. Just recently, a huge leak for the DLC has been revealed on the Bethesda site, showing a lot of content concerning the new demons, weapon, and the plot. So in this video, I'll be talking about everything we know so far with the leak, among other things. Before we get going, if you're new here and love Doom and similar games, then consider subscribing and setting up notifications so you can stay up to date with everything here on the channel. Alright, let's get going. It wasn't going to be too long before there would be a leak of some kind, and lo and behold, we got a big leak. The Ancient Gods Part 1 had a similar situation, but I think this one has a lot more to it. Before I continue with the video, just remember that you have been warned about major spoilers ahead, so no complaining like some of you did with my thumbnail of my last video, which I thought was more subjective, but I digress. Anyway, starting off, we can see the website in all its glory, showing the artwork of what will be no doubt the final cover for Part 2, an overview of the DLC, photos of the new demons and locations, and the PC requirements, which haven't really changed much. The artwork itself really gives off a huge Avengers Endgame vibe, where we can see Knight Sentinels coming through portals to face off against the forces of evil. On top of that, the artwork shows a ton of content to take in, so we're going to break down everything that's going on first in the artwork. Starting on the left side, we can see the Knight Sentinels with energy blade weapons like spears, swords, axes, and shields. There's also Commander Valen, or the Betrayer, leading the Sentinels to battle. I'm glad we can now see Valen in action, as he was an interesting character with a big backstory. It's great to see that he is able to redeem himself by fighting against Hell with his brothers in arms, and on top of that, he has a purple Sentinel hammer. Two things come to my mind. Either the Doomslayer takes his hammer and Valen finds another one, or the Slayer gets his own and the difference is just a way to distinguish the two. I'm thinking the Slayer gets his own hammer, which is why we go to the level of the World Spear. Anyway, we can also see the dragons making an appearance, and this time they are more white than what they looked like in the Battlefield concept art. It's possible that they are that color just to reflect that they are good versus the evil ones on the Hell side. Either way, I can't wait to see how they look in the game. Another thing to point out is that we can see variations among the Sentinel Warriors. You can see some that have green armor and those that have the white armor that we've seen in Sentinel Prime. After the death of the Dags and the Khan Maker, I'm thinking that those particular Sentinels decided to join forces with the Slayer. The other Sentinels are probably from other worlds or parts of Argent that hasn't been conquered by Hell or the Separatist group during the Civil War. I wonder if we will be able to see the Sentinel army in action, or it will just be part of a cutscene. I guess we'll see. Moving on, we can see that the Sentinels came prepared with not only their weapons and dragons, but also their air fighters, tanks, and Atlans. I really hope we can see an Atlan in real time fighting a Titan and pierce it with the energy spear. That would be epic. It'll also be interesting to see the fighters and tanks that the Sentinels have in action as well. I think at this point it would be obvious that the Sentinel army has resorted back to using Wraith energy, hence the blue energy instead of red Argent energy. The level the World Spear will no doubt have something explaining this, or at least something from a Codex entry. Now on the right side of the artwork, we can see the forces of Hell and a few new details as well. At the top, we can see some sort of Cthulhu type airship, which I have no idea what it will do, but maybe it's either a troop transport of some kind or a bomber. It's probably just an Easter egg, but I hope it will have a big part to play in the final battle. You can see Hell's version of dragons are in full force as well. I hope we can fight them in the game, which would really make it even more intense. Not likely, but either way, I would love to see their animations. Now, one thing I wanted to point out is the fact that Hell has some kind of air fighter as well, which could be a demon itself or flown by marauders. The reason I say that is because most of the demons aren't capable of operating technology like that. If anything, the only sentient demons would be both archviles and marauders. The majority of the demons are creatures that act on instinct, like zombies or pinkies, but of course the fighters could just be drones as well. They also do look very similar to the Archangels from Urdak. Turn them upside down and demonize them, and there you go. You have an Archdemon and an upside down cross. Hopefully there will be a Codex entry for those fighters. Moving on, we can see other demons and of course a Titan, which isn't anything new, but still cool looking. But if you look at the bottom here, we can see one of the new demons, which is called the Armored Baron. In one of the descriptions on the site, it says, the Armored Baron wears special armor and uses a charged fist attack. Apparently Barons weren't difficult enough already. I imagine these Barons will act much like the Hell Guards in Doom 2016 or even the Gladiator. If the Armored Baron has a ton of armor on it, then it should move a lot slower, and his fist attack will probably be much like his typical ground slam attack, but stronger and have more of an attack radius. Either way, it's another way to change up the strategy with existing demons. Last but not least, we have the Slayer and no doubt the Dark Lord at the center of it all. The Slayer is holding the Sentinel Hammer, and of course this should definitely be enough evidence of the new weapon. However, the Dark Lord is in what looks to be a Praetor mech of some kind. It really has some distinctions of the Doomslayer's Praetor suit, such as the spikes on the boots, the shoulder cannons, and the Slayer's mark. Makes me wonder who created that suit and how did the Dark Lord forge a crucible for himself. It could be possible that the Wretch created this suit first before the Father defeated the Dark Lord, or that the Wretch recently made it for him. Just a small theory, but hopefully we can learn more on that topic. I can see why the Dark Lord will be its own level, which I'll discuss a bit later, since it's the epic conclusion to the Doomslayer saga and it will be one of the biggest boss fights ever. Other than that, the other demons we know of so far are the Stone Imps and the Screechers. Looking at this photo, we can see that the Stone Imps are basically a reskin of the Imp, but have a stone color on them combined with purple accents. I can totally understand the reasoning for the reskin. Creating a whole new asset in a game is a tough thing to do, and we already have a ton of new things in DLC too. Working from home has already been a big challenge for the developers, and I'm already grateful for the idea of the Stone Imp and how they will change things up. We still don't have a photo of the Screecher, but we'll probably see something of that in the teaser that was just announced for March 15th. Now, of course, one demon that we have all been waiting for is none other than the Chain Gunner. For a long time, it was just a tease with absolutely no evidence of him being in the game, but it looks like id Software listened to the fans. Once again, they are pretty much a reskin of the Zombie Soldier, but have red armor, chain guns, helmets, and a yellow shield. I kind of figured that they would be another fodder demon, but these guys are going to be a bit more difficult. The current shield guys would only fire their shotguns when you were in a medium to close range area, but the chain gunners will probably start shooting at you once they are in your line of sight. Thankfully, they are not hit scanners, as you can see a projectile leaving the barrel, but due to the shields being a yellow color, I wonder what will happen when you shoot at it with the plasma rifle. Will it explode or do nothing? Maybe they will be weak to the chain gun and heavy cannon. I guess we'll see. The last demon would be the Cursed Prowler. The description says that it is a mutation with venomous cursed claws. Exploit their weaknesses to destroy them. In Cynic's video, he mentioned that they would most likely have some kind of acid effect. I think it would be much like the Cybermacubus's attack, which will eat up your armor fast, so you'll want to avoid getting in contact with them at all costs. We could be wrong on that, but ideally, I think that could be the case. All in all, we have some awesome new demons for the lineup to be ripped apart by the Doomslayer. Maybe there will still be new demons that haven't been revealed yet. I hope so. Locations are another big part of the Doomslayer's journey in defeating the Dark Forces. We know that the Slayer will visit places like the World Spear, Earth, and Hell within the Ancient Gods Part 2. The World Spear will no doubt be on Argent-D'Nur, and this screenshot would be enough evidence of that. This area looks a little different from other locations we have visited, such as Sentinel Prime, Terras Nabad, and Exultia. One of the other descriptions on the site said something about visiting the ruins of Sentinel's settlements and the cosmic wonders of the World Spear. This place must have been a place of worship to the Wraiths, as those creatures were the firstborn of Argent-D'Nur after the spear tore through the world. Also, if you look close enough, you can see a Wraith statue in the background. This could be the place that the Slayer obtains the Sentinel Hammer and has it charged with Wraith energy. Within the level, we could also see the Slayer meeting with some remaining Night Sentinels who will spread the word to other Sentinels willing to join the Slayer in the final battle. The next location is a devastated and overgrown city on Earth, which is hiding a mysterious gateway. As we can see from the photo, a lot of time has passed since the defeat of the Icon of Sin and the Hell Invasion. You can still see some of the infestations covering some buildings, but have died to the lack of Hell energy flowing on Earth. It'll be very interesting to see why we go back to Earth. Both Samuel Hayden and Vega are of no help anymore, unless of course you hear them both in your head throughout the whole DLC, which I hope not. The people of Argenta did live on Earth millions of years ago, and if they had the use of Maker technology on Earth, this mysterious gateway could be a way to Argent-D'Nur or even Hell. It could be a gateway that was used by the UAC, so that's a mystery we'll find out. Imora is the last bastion of the Dark Lord, and the area would have certainly been a reminder of the peak of Jakad's power. This location would have to be the oldest part of Hell that the Dark Lord resided in before losing his life sphere. It could even be the exact place he had lost his life sphere. The environment has a lot of Maker influence, and you can't see any trace of infestation that we've seen in other parts of Hell. This area was most likely a city at one point as well. The level of Imora would probably consist of the Slayer trying to get past the city and fortress walls, and then the last level would be to defeat the Dark Lord with your Sentinel army. We know that there are at least 4 levels due to someone doing a little more extensive searching and found this, which shows the Dark Lord as E5M4. So mission 4. The pros of having a Discord, I guess. Other than that, the new locations blow me away with the art style and the sheer size of them. Being an epic conclusion requires everything to be epic. Not too much longer until more info is revealed, and the teaser trailer on March 15th will show off more than what we have here and possibly give us a release date of the DLC. I'm really excited for the Ancient Gods Part 2, and you can expect me to cover a lot more topics down the road. Let me know what you think about what has been revealed so far. I hope you all enjoyed my analysis of the new info that was revealed. If so, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video so we can get it out there more. Check out my social media sites at RipNtear Gaming as well as my Discord. Links will be down in the description below. Until next time, hope you all have a good one, stay safe, and don't forget to rip and tear. Peace.